Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brendan Plays. This is Total Extreme Wrestling for our All Elite Wrestling Saved. Week 2 of October, we are coming off one of our best shows we have had to date. 76 rated Dynamite featuring Moxley beating MJF for the AEW World Championship, and he beat him by countout in our main event. 79 rated main event. We had Britt Baker beat Hikaru Shida to retain the women's title. Nick Jackson beat Dax Harwood for a 75. Statlander won the Fatal 4-Way against 3 other women. Inner Circle retained their tag titles over Omega and Page for an 85 rated match. That's right, 85. We actually had an 85. Unbelievable. We had an amazing show. 863,000 viewers. To put that in perspective, the week before, 738,000. So we had a 130,000 viewer spike, which is huge for us. Might be our best rating to date for our best show to date. Equal best with Fight for the Fallen, which was a great show in itself, of course, featuring a great match. The Sex Gods beat Adam Page for an 80 rated. Cody and Ray Phoenix was 81. So 2 80 plus matches. So 3 actually. Young Bucks and Private Party for 80 as well. Wow, that was 80 rated. That's crazy. So equal best with that one. 85 for the Inner Circle versus Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Easily our best match. And TV ratings, I think, not quite our best, but not too far away. So, great news all around. We're making some good progress, and we're going to keep that going. We're not too far away from our Full Gear special week 2. So 1 month away now. So now it's time to really ramp it up and focus in on Full Gear. We had our big major stop along the way. Now today it's time to really just focus on setting up and finalizing the Full Gear card. So to do that, we've added a few new storylines. So we're going to go with Britt Baker versus Kris Statlander for the AEW Women's Championship. Of course, some other matches, Hikaru Shida. We got her feuding with Eva Lise, but we're going to have Priscilla Kelly and Diamante and maybe a few others just kind of appear in this storyline just to give it a little bit more depth. So basically, just some of the top contenders in the women's division are going to battle it out. We decided to go with the Inner Circle versus SCU for the tag titles. Not obviously our ideal plan. We would have liked to have had either FTR or Young Bucks in that position. But as it turns out, I feel like giving another match here might be the best call. They had a 72 rated the first time round, and we just saw Private Party and Young Bucks. They had an 80 rated match. So it feels like we really didn't get the best out of this storyline, out of this feud. So I feel like we can do a lot better. So we're going to try that again at Full Gear and make that a genuine number 1 contenders match this time around. We've got Orange Cassidy, Lance Archer. We started that last episode, of course. So those are some of the new storylines. We've got MJF Mox, and we're going to do that for the last time at Full Gear as well. I don't know, maybe we give the belt back to Moxley. Should MJF remain champion? I mean, MJF, he's young. He should probably get that first initial major run. I feel like the only issue with MJF as champion is who does he feud with? He doesn't quite have any other major baby faces to work with, considering that, we're going to be turning Kenny Omega to a heel. So that will probably happen this episode on Dynamite, the big heel turn. Cody's the TNT champion. Now, he will probably lose that title, but of course, we still got that stigma, that stipulation that he's not allowed to challenge for that title anymore. But obviously, revisiting Cody versus MJF for the title would be awesome, and I'd love to do that. But that might be something we look for at maybe Revolution or Double or Nothing if we get that far. Jericho's obviously heel, so we're kind of lacking opponents. Adam Page could do it. We have to beat Kenny Omega and then go on to face MJF after that, which would be a nice program, I believe. I think that would be good. Matt Hardy, yes, a little bit far down the card and hasn't had the best performances to really warrant that spot. So there's a few little question marks there. But look, I think MJF trying to really get him to that top position is a good thing for us. And having him in the main title, the main event week after week, I think that's the best way for him to get there, working with other great talents. So that's the tricky part right now. So we'll have to try and figure out what we're going to do there. But I really, obviously, am a huge fan of MJF, and I want to see what it would like. What would happen if he was the champion? What would we do? What's the next storyline? What's the next feud? So that's something to certainly consider. But nonetheless, we're going to get straight into it on this episode. So we're going to not mess around today, and we'll go ahead and get booking. So of course, we're going to continue on with our same arena, All Elite Wrestling Arena, and we've got Dark to book. Okay, Dark is booked. Let's have a look. On the pre-show, we gave TNT, which of course is the new Dudley Brothers. They took on Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss. Now, I've recently realized that Joey Janela's popularity is pretty good, so I'm going to start probably using him a little bit more. And he's still teaming up with Sonny Kiss, so I suppose we'll try and drag Sonny up with him and make this team something. So we gave them the win over TNT for a 34 rated. Janela 45, Sonny 31, not bad. Also on the pre-show, we had the Nightmare family take on the Dark Order. So it was Dustin Rhodes, Brian Pillman Jr., who is officially part of the Nightmare family for us. QT Marshall, they took on Reynolds, Silver, and Stu Grayson. They picked up the win, of course, the Nightmare family beating the Dark Order. Dustin Rhodes, 47, was the best in the match. Stu Grayson, the best over on the other team. Pillman Jr., 36, that's good signs. That's really good. All right, we opened up the show with Lance Archer and Jake Roberts basically warning that Orange Cassidy's life is in danger if Lance Archer gets his hands on him. So, look, Archer and Roberts are still just warning Orange Cassidy, look, you don't want to mess with this guy, otherwise your life is in danger. So, big warning there by Archer. Darby Allin defeated Preston for a 51 rated match. Darby Allin, 60 rated performance. Preston, 26. Still just giving Darby some wins, just keeping that momentum going. Like I said, we're trying to find something for him. We've had him inserted into Moxley and MJF a little bit. Maybe we might go with that again. Maybe Darby versus MJF one-on-one. Might be a pretty good match there for a potential main event on Dynamite maybe this week. SCU, they cut a promo on the Inner Circle to start things off there, basically saying they're thrilled to be in the title match at Full Gear. So they're excited. They've had a bit of a rough trot, and they're very excited to be back in the mix, competing for the Tag Team Championships once again. Britt Baker and Rebel teamed up to take on Statlander and Sheeta. And Statlander and Sheeta don't have any chemistry at all as a tag team, so they did not work well together. So Rebel's obviously retiring, and I figured, well, it's not many opportunities left to get anything out of Baker and Rebel teaming up together. And I thought that'd be an easy way for, Rebel to take the loss so Britt didn't have to. And so Statlander could get this rivalry started with a win. So Rebel 17, Britt Baker 38, Sheeta 41, Statlander 37. Obviously bad chemistry on the other side. So we started off the Baker and Statlander storyline in this way. So an easy way to kind of kick things off. And Statlander was angry after Rebel almost injured her with a botched move. Ooh. Probably a good reason why she's retiring. Maybe for the safety of our roster, we might keep her out of the ring. Post-match, Ivelisse attacked Sheeta and Statlander. Well, she tried to attack Statlander, but Sheeta interrupted and took her out. So Ivelisse obviously still upset that she lost that fatal four-way number one contendership match, trying to take it out on Statlander and get some revenge, but Sheeta was right there to save it. So instead of having Ivelisse kind of targeting Statlander, it kind of turns it to Sheeta and Ivelisse instead. Good way to start things off, a 44 rated, which is pretty good for the women, so that will start off the Sheeta and Ivelisse storyline for us. Eddie Kingston promises to hurt the Nightmare family. Quick promo there by Eddie, 46 rated to kind of keep that going. So we will be doing Kingston and Dustin Rhodes on Dynamite. So this is a promo that's probably after the fact, if we're thinking about when this is going to air, but nonetheless it just kind of continues that storyline anyways. Main event was Matt Hardy and Ricky Starks one-on-one. So these two at one point were kind of affiliated, now they're against each other. Matt Hardy defeated Ricky Starks after Brian Cage tried to get himself involved, but Will Hobbs stopped Cage from getting involved and helped Matt Hardy defeat Ricky Starks. So Matt Hardy 59, Starks 35 for a 52 rated match, advancing both storylines, so that's not too bad. It won't affect either storyline too badly. Post-match, another 52 rated with Team Taz wiping out Hobbs and Hardy after Brian Cage sneak attack. So Hardy and Hobbs tried their best to fend off Starks and Cage, but just couldn't do it. So 52 rated. It loses a bit of heat with the Hardy and Cage storyline. Okay. That's alright. That's fine. To finish things off, we had a 48 rated show altogether. So I feel like this show was pretty good. Most things were okay on the show. So I thought we did a decent episode of Dark for once, because normally they are not so great. Alright, Dynamite is booked. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pre-show. Alright, on the pre-show, Britt Baker with a 43 rated promo. Not too bad. Pretty good stuff, as she was kind of talking about how she's leagues above the competition after easily beating Hikaru Shida. So she's kind of setting up for the Statlander and Baker storyline. So she's kind of moving on from Hikaru Shida and getting ready for Statlander coming up next, 43. Max Caster had a kind of promo, hyping up himself and Anthony Bowens. Of course, he's part of the Acclaim, so we wanted to get Caster out there and kind of see what he's all about. You know, I've been seeing that he's got some good promo ability, so I want to, test that out. 34, it's not too bad. Matt Sydal defeated Anthony Bowens for a 44, so we hyped him up, only for him to lose. 10-minute match. Matt Sydal 45, Bowens 32. Good way to get Matt Sydal a win. We're trying to get him groomed and ready to go, with a bit of momentum behind him as he gets ready to be more of a main player on the main show. We opened up the show with Kenny Omega in the ring, and he asked Adam Page to come out to the ring as he apologized to Adam Page. He said, look, last week I attacked you, I didn't mean it, something got over with me, I shouldn't have done that, I was just frustrated after losing our tag team title match, I really wanted to win it badly, I was frustrated, so I took it out on you, I'm sorry, can we team up tonight, let's take on FTR, they've been, terrorizing the Young Bucks for months now, let's try and help out the Young Bucks, let's beat FTR tonight. Adam Page agrees, so 83 rated, and Page and Omega are back together. How much longer? I don't know. So look, FTR versus Omega and Page in the main event. Big match, obviously. Might be wondering, why are we going to do that on free TV? Well, look, let's just say I don't think these two guys are going to be teaming up too much longer. So I think we're better off to try and execute one of our best matches that we might not ever get a chance to do again. So let's go for it while we can. Christopher Daniels and Sammy Guevara had a 65 rated match. Sammy, 69. Christopher Daniels, 55. Gaining storyline heat for the Inner Circle versus SCU. Chris Jericho was on commentary. These two have great chemistry. Wanted to get them in there at the match. We gave Daniels the win. So Daniels does have a lot less pop than Sammy Guevara, but look, Sammy, he has gained so much popularity over the last couple of months. It's been ridiculous. So he can afford to lose some if he will lose any at all. We gave Daniels the roll-up win, so I'm not sure if Sammy will lose much, but nonetheless, Daniels gets the win to make SCU a genuine threat. Yes, I could have given it to Scorpio or Frankie, but Daniels does have the most popularity out of the group, and he does have great chemistry with Sammy Guevara, so I realized that's probably the best match we could do, so let's go with that. Miro cut a promo on Cody, basically saying that Cody was ducking him and did not want him to join AEW. So Cody was trying to veto Miro joining AEW. Miro's basically accusing Cody of just kind of being scared of him. He ran away from the WWE. Now he's trying to block Miro from joining AEW. Miro's just kind of saying, hey Cody, what's the deal? Are you scared of me? Do you don't think you can beat me? Just kind of sparking a bit of heated tension, a bit of friendly rivalry in this one. These two guys have been back and forth on the mic over the last few weeks. I feel like it's time to maybe get this one into the ring. I feel like we're kind of stalling a little bit. So it might be a good idea to maybe do a tag match of some sorts, or try and get these guys interacting in some sort of way in the ring next week. Next up, 8-man tag, as we had Jurassic Express and Private Party team up to take on the Butcher and Blade and the Hybrid 2. Good way to get all these teams on the show, as well as build the Private Party and Butcher and Blade storyline. We didn't do much of that on Dark, so I figured it's time to do something here on Dynamite. And like I said, good idea to try and get some of these teams in the mix. The best in the match was Luchasaurus, 50 rated. Isaiah had 47 as well. Some good stuff. Overall, 46 rated there, and of course, Private Party won. Dustin Rhodes was with the Nightmare family, and he basically said, look, tonight the dynamic changes. No longer is the Nightmare family going to take a beating. We're not going to lose to these guys. We are going to take a stand tonight. We are going to prevail. We're going to beat Eddie Kingston. Of course, Dustin and Eddie Kingston one-on-one coming up next in a hardcore match. We wanted this to be a Texas death match, but unfortunately, the broadcasters wouldn't allow us to do that much of risky content, so we had to kind of scale it back down a little bit just to a hardcore match, which I still feel as though is probably Eddie Kingston's bread and butter, so I feel like this should be a good one. So I'm excited to see it. Rhodes and Kingston one-on-one, 57. Good stuff. Dustin Rhodes, 48. Kingston, 55. Eddie Kingston's only got about 40 pops, so for him to get a 55 is really strong. 12-minute match. Dustin Rhodes picked up the win in the end, and we advanced the storyline, gained some heat as well, which is great. So we wanted Dustin to get a win. Obviously, he has more popularity than Eddie Kingston's, who, if anyone's going to win from the Nightmare family, it will be Dustin. And to me, this is probably the big match between these two teams. I know Phoenix would probably give a much better match, same with Penta, but to me, this is the real, kind of the two leaders of the groups going at it. So I was really looking forward to this one. We will do a 6-man tag match, probably at Full Gear between the two groups. I'm not sure if that'll be better than this one. You'd have to think maybe with Phoenix involved. So there's hope there, but I really wanted this match to be good, and it was. I'm pretty happy with that. Jon Moxley with an 89 rated promo. Such a good promo there from Moxley, gaining heat for the storyline. Moxley said, I am tired of the games from MJF. So last week, MJF took a deliberate count-out loss, so he would keep his championship. He knew he was going to lose. He knew Moxley was going to beat him, so he decided to take a walk. Well, now, Moxley has challenged him to fight him in a cage for the title, and Moxley is looking forward to being locked inside, no games, no Wardlow, just those two guys going at it. May the best winner win. So the best man will win. So 89, great way to build a promo. And this is what we wanted to see from Moxley. Better promos. He's been a little bit underwhelming at times with these promos. This is much, much better, and I'm very happy that he delivered here tonight. Chris Statlander defeated Diamante in a 42 rated. Statlander 43, Diamante 32. So another way to get Statlander a bit of momentum and another win, and kind of just confirm that yes, she's the deserving #1 contender here with a win. Britt Baker was on commentary, so we gained some storyline heat for the Baker and Statlander story as well. Similar situation here with Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian. 51 rated. We had Archer and Jake Roberts ringside watching on for this one. Orange 53, Kip Sabian 36. And this is a way for Orange Cassidy to get a win whilst Lance Archer watched on, just to make it look like Orange isn't a joke. You know, Orange is the real deal. Orange is a genuine threat to Lance Archer. So 51 for that one. I think it's time for our main event. So this should be hopefully a good match. Let's take a look. 73 rated in the end. FTR versus Omega and Page. We had FTR win. That's right. They picked up the win. They beat Adam Page with a fast roll-up, after, yet again, more miscommunication by Kenny Omega, accidentally interrupting Adam Page, accidentally causing him to lose. Same way as last week. Once again, these two guys just can't get it together. They failed to work well together. Well, Kenny Omega was the best in the match easily, 84. Page, 74. Wheeler, 66. Harwood, 66 as well. So FTR, their performances are good, but they're not like out of this world amazing. You know, they're not as good as perhaps I thought they were going to be. The Young Bucks obviously rate higher, so it's a little disappointing, but still, I feel like we just got to get their popularity up. They'll obviously do better with more pop. So yeah, I'm still happy with it. I'm still going to keep pushing them, obviously, but yeah, a little disappointing that they couldn't do maybe closer to 70, but maybe I'm expecting a little bit too much. 73 rated though is a good main event match. I'm happy with that. So now let's do it. The big segment after. 83 rated. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, post match, Kenny Omega just starts brutally beating down Adam Page, just beating the crap out of him, punching him, attacking him, whatever you can name it. He was doing it, beating down Adam Page in a fit of rage after losing. It was broken up by the Young Bucks. Cody came out, Billy, other guys came out to try and break this thing up. So a big brawl broke out, and Adam Page was beaten down pretty badly by Kenny Omega. So that is the full official turn. So he said 15 segments. We've been building up this for a while now. It's finally happened. It was a complete success. The big turn. The Young Bucks being out there as well kind of adds a little bit more to it. Same with Cody. You know, a little bit more of a storyline. Hey, they're kind of breaking up the Elite here by doing this. So, yeah, Kenny Omega makes the big turn. He, takes down Adam Page because he blamed Adam Page for the loss, even though it was all Kenny's fault. Kenny kept making the mistake, but he kept blaming Page for actually, causing the loss. 83. So 1 month out from Full Gear, we do the big turn. So we've got a few weeks to build up this storyline even more. So I'm looking forward to that. It gives us a 69 rated show overall. So pretty good. Obviously, we had 3 really great segments, 2 promos, 1 beatdown at the end. The main event match, 73, was good. Daniels and Guevara was good. And even Kingston and Rhodes was pretty good as well. So some good matches, mixed in with some great promos. Gives us a pretty solid show, 69. Not a bad way to follow up last week as well. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's take a look at the fallout from our episode. First, we'll start with NXT, 2.07 TV rating, 1.5 million viewers, 70 rated show. Pretty good. We had just under a 1.0, so we had a 0.99 TV rating, 743,000 viewers, so we lost about 120,000 viewers. Look, that's okay, that's fine. We still had a good show though, still happy with that. Zelina Vega, so we decided to kind of replicate what happened in real life with her, and we let her walk away from WWE, so we basically got her fired from there. Look, you might be wanting to know whether we're going to bring her in or not. She's 29, so she's still got plenty of years left in the tank, great mic skills, 52 popularity, so realistically she would be a massive acquisition for us. There's no doubt about that. That would be awesome if we could pick her up. Great addition to the women's roster with the popularity and obviously the mic skills. Baker and Zelina back and forth the mic would be great. Her in-ring stats are not great. She's not a great in-ring worker, so to say, but she would certainly make up for that. She'd be very similar to Britt Baker in the style that we'd have to use her, more promo-centric rather than trying to get her over in the ring. But definitely someone I'll keep an eye on. Obviously, I'm still hesitant to sign people unless they kind of come over in real life because I want to focus on the people that we've got and try, and especially the women, I don't want an easy way out. I don't want to just sign someone and fixes all our problems, I just want to make sure that we, keep working, keep trying to, make do with what we have. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the popularity changes. Adam Page, I can already see he's bumped up to now 64, which is awesome. Jericho wasn't really on the show. Cody not really on the show, but he's got 67 now in the Southeast. That's good. Moxley with a great promo, 72, so he's still slowly rising. Kenny Omega, nearly 70s across the board, very close. MJF didn't really feature this week either. Down the card, Matt Jackson has gained a little bit of popularity as well. Miro, not so much. Nick Jackson, he's now genuinely 58, which is great. FTR, hopefully some progress. 57, so nothing there for Dax. And Cash, still 57. So despite the fact they got the win, still no gain for them, I suppose. Them getting the flash pinfall was the reason for that as well, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Sammy Guevara, he took a loss, so he's still at 55 in the Southeast, so I don't think that's really going to affect him too much. Christopher Daniels beat him, still at 47, so he took the flash pinfall and didn't affect him either. So the flash pinfall was pretty rock solid tonight, 2 from 2. Dustin Rhodes at 44 popped despite the win. Eddie Kingston, he's still at 39, so another good match from Kingston, but still can't get any progress out of him, which is a little disappointing, I suppose. Britt Baker, still nothing out of her as well. We'll take a look at Chris Statlander, see where she is at. She might be back in the recognizable. Yes, she is. So she's still at 35 as well. Sheeta 34. Okay, so no major progress this week, but again, look, it's we're still making small inroads on our top guys, and we just got to keep on working with the lower guys. They'll get there eventually. Might take us a while, but hopefully we just keep working and we can eventually get them to where we want them to be.